Back here on campus at Wilson Field for our final countdown to kickoff in this 2012 camp. We're covering the gambit this morning, talking about special teams, a little bit of offense, and a little bit of defense, joined by 8th-year head coach Kevin Higgins. My name is Danny Reed. Coach, on Saturday with your specialists, a lot of things to be confident about. Kicker Thomas Warren, your punter Cass Cooey. Looks like they did some things really well for you.
Well, for us to have a good season, our specialists have to perform well. Danny, you remember last year we were in so many close games. First of all, you start with Cass Cooey, our all-conference punter. Cass has done a great job during the last 2 years in particular. He's got great hang time on his ball. He's got a strong leg. He's really grown as an individual. He understands the punting game itself. He understands what he has to do to be successful. Thomas Warren's our other guy that I can't say enough about his development from last year through this season. We sent him to one of the top kickers in the country this summer in Wisconsin, an elite camp. Thomas came back from that with a lot of confidence. His leg is much stronger. He's just had a very good camp in terms of his accuracy.
Now, in addition to those two, a freshman has also worked his way into handling the kickoff duties this year.
Yeah, Austin Jordan, a freshman from Columbia, really good student. Has surprised us, to be honest with you, in camp. He's going to be our kickoff guy this year. He's putting the ball deep in the end zone with accuracy. He's our backup punter as well behind Cass. He's going to be our backup field goal kicker. So we're excited about him. Eric Goins is a guy that actually broke his leg his senior year in high school, was a highly recruited kicker. So it looks like we'll give him another year to redshirt.
Coach, looking to the offensive side of the ball, the slot back position has a lot of depth. Both starters back from last year, and as many as 6 guys look like they could work their way onto the field.
Well, Danny, you're right. We have more depth at the slot back position than ever before. Dalton Trevino has had a great camp. He's bigger, he's physical, he has deceptive speed, he's a good blocker, and he can catch the football out of the backfield. And, of course, our 6th-year veteran, Ricky Anderson, has done an excellent job for us as well. Van Dyke Jones, Terrence Martin, 2 slots that will be playing an awful lot. Jake Stinson is another guy that stepped up. And Vinnie Miller is the freshman that we started him at the B-back position. We have 2 very good B-backs. We moved him to the slot position. You're going to see him in the lineup also.
From the offensive backfield to the defensive backfield, Brandon McClatty is a captain this year at corner, a chance to maybe be an all-conference guy. Who else can we look for from the D-backs?
Well, first of all, I can't say enough about Brandon McClatty and his development as a leader of our football team. He was voted captain prior to camp beginning and has done a great job in terms of holding guys accountable and him stepping up his game. Of course, at the safety position, Julian Baxter is probably our best athlete. He got nicked up a little bit in camp, but we need for him to have an outstanding season for us. Austin and Davis Boyle, 2 veteran safeties, are smart guys and guys that we're counting on to make plays. That other corner position, Keith Gamble is a veteran. He's been around. Sadat Jean-Pierre has slowly but surely had a very good camp for himself. The last 3 days, he's really picked up his game. Adrian Ranson is another backup corner that should get time.
With everybody that we have talked about through camp so far, who are a couple of guys that have really stood out for you?
Well, first of all, on the offensive side of the ball, Vinnie Miller, this freshman running back, we think has got a chance to be very good. Both quarterbacks have stepped up their running games, which I think is going to help us a lot. Dominic Jones has been a much more aggressive blocker on the perimeter. Both tackles, Devin Bice in particular, looks like he stepped up as well. And then we've got several freshman defensive linemen that have stepped up. Of course, Chris Billingsley is the guy that we're counting on to make a lot of plays. Colin Parsons is a big guy inside, and I think Bay Amron's another guy that's had a very good camp for himself.
Tomorrow, a big day for a couple of different reasons. It's the first day of classes. Now, with that starting, especially for the freshmen, and then with practices getting ready for Charleston Southern, what's the key for these guys to handle all those emotions?
Well, I just shared it with our team now. We've just finished up our last practice of camp. Now we have to be able to transition to campus and handle our academics, handle our core responsibilities, and do the football the way it needs to be done. And typically, as I share with our team, if you get behind academically or you don't do things correctly in the core, that's going to come back to get you, and you're not going to be as an effective football player.
Also, tomorrow, the first day that you officially look at Charleston Southern offensively and defensively, how will those practices look over the next week and a half?
Well, our scout team is going to be very important now. We divvied up our guys. They know who's going to be down on the scout team, who's going to be up on the first or second squad. Their ability to give us a good look, especially on the offensive, defensive lines, become critical. And Charleston Southern's case, Charleston Southern has a group of wide receivers that can flat out run, tremendous speed. So it's going to be important for our scout team guys to give our secondary a great look because of the speed that they have.
It's hard to believe 3 weeks of camp is done already. What are some closing thoughts that you have about Camp 2012?
Well, first of all, I'm going to miss camp. I just love the routine every day of getting up and going to practice and then getting meetings together, watching what you did in practice. We have an opportunity for walkthroughs. We get in a weight room. We have team time at night where we have a chance for our players to talk and share some things from a personal standpoint. And that's really a small time of year that you have where you're not worrying about the core, you're not worrying about academics. And now we've got to be able to transition over. But I was really happy with camp. One of the keys, of course, is coming out healthy, but yet getting good work in. I think we got the work in that we needed from a physical standpoint. We're fairly healthy going into our first week, Charleston Southern, so hopefully we'll keep this thing going.
Coach, we certainly appreciate the time as always. Good luck getting ready for CSU.
All right. Thanks, Danny.
That's head coach Kevin Higgins. I'm Danny Reed. Thanks so much for watching this year's Countdown to Kickoff on CitadelSports.com.